Meghan Markle's carefully curated narrative is facing a significant challenge as revelations from her ex-husband, Trevor Engelson, begin to surface. Trevor, a successful TV presenter and producer, has reportedly shared insights about Meghan's ambitions and manipulations through an intermediary, shaking the foundations of the fairy tale she has constructed around her life. For years, Meghan has portrayed herself as a victim of circumstance, claiming she had no interest in the royal family before meeting Prince Harry. However, insiders have revealed that she had a vision board featuring Harry long before their paths crossed, suggesting that her pursuit of him was more strategic than romantic. This revelation has led to claims that Meghan was not merely a passive participant in her life story, but rather an architect of her own narrative, meticulously planning her ascent to royalty. The fallout from Trevor's revelations has been swift and severe. Meghan is reportedly in a state of panic, scrambling to control the narrative as her past threatens to resurface. Insiders describe her as being in meltdown mode, with her legal team working overtime to silence any further disclosures. The Duchess of Sussex, who has built her brand on empowerment and authenticity, now finds herself in a precarious position, desperately trying to manage the damage to her public image. Critics have begun to question the authenticity of Meghan's persona, suggesting that her vulnerability may have been a calculated performance rather than a genuine expression of self. The public's perception is shifting, with many feeling betrayed by the idea that they were sold a fantasy rather than the truth. As Trevor's claims gain traction, Meghan's carefully constructed image is beginning to fracture, revealing a woman who may be more obsessed with control and status than she has led the world to believe. The situation has escalated to the point where Meghan has cancelled several high-profile engagements, leading to speculation that she is hiding from the media and the inevitable questions about Trevor. Insiders suggest that her emotional state is deteriorating, with reports of her being distraught and overwhelmed by the pressure of the unfolding drama. The silence from Prince Harry, who has historically defended Meghan, speaks volumes about the strain on their relationship. Friends close to Harry indicate that he is tired and embarrassed by the ongoing turmoil, and there are whispers that he has urged Meghan to take responsibility for her past rather than blaming external forces. As the media frenzy continues, Trevor Engelson's revelations are being viewed as a potential turning point. With no non-disclosure agreement in place, he is free to share his side of the story, and insiders suggest that he may be preparing to release a memoir that could further expose the truth behind Meghan's carefully crafted narrative. This potential memoir could include first-hand accounts and evidence that challenge the image Meghan has built over the years. The implications of Trevor's disclosures are profound. They threaten to redefine Meghan's narrative from that of a modern-day Cinderella to a calculated manipulator who engineered her rise to fame. The backlash against her is growing, with many feeling that they were misled about her true intentions. As public sympathy wanes and her media projects falter, Meghan's credibility is increasingly in question. In the face of these challenges, Meghan's attempts to control the narrative are becoming more desperate. Reports of a rage room in her Montecito mansion, designed for her to vent her frustrations, paint a picture of a woman struggling to maintain her composure amid the chaos. This alleged space for emotional release has become a symbol of her unraveling image, as the public grapples with the idea that the woman who speaks on mental health may be struggling to manage her own emotions. As Trevor's revelations continue to unfold, the world is watching closely. Meghan's silence and retreat from the public eye are being interpreted as signs of guilt, and the pressure is mounting. The carefully constructed facade she has maintained for years is beginning to crumble, and the truth, once buried, is rising to the surface. The narrative that Meghan has controlled for so long is now at risk of being rewritten, and the consequences could be devastating for her public persona and personal life. In summary, the revelations from Trevor Engelson are not just gossip. They represent a significant challenge to Meghan Markle's carefully crafted image. As the truth begins to emerge, the public's perception of her is shifting, and the consequences of her past actions may soon come to light in ways she cannot control. The fairy tale she has sold to the world is cracking, and the reality behind it may be far more complex and troubling than anyone anticipated.